Juraj Slafkovsky. What can we say about him? Like right now, on we're recording on March 27th. This episode's going to air on March 28th. The Curfew Boys put out a post on Instagram. If you could describe Juraj Slafkovsky's season so far in one word, what would it be?
Chris?
Progress or development.
Okay, interesting.
I say...
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't use the word jizz.
I know. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that to be said. I'm going to say the word confidence.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? In all honesty, expected. I expected him to fucking play like this. Or at least I expected him to improve.
Like, after what we saw last summer of him training and how he was training and what he did to train, that's what you're saying, right? You expected this to happen.
If I could put in one word, to be expected. Yeah,
it's one word.
That's yeah. It's or you know what? Here, I'll use in the words of Carey Price, believable.
Hold on, Sam. I have to ask you. Because I hear what you're saying off ice, what we saw in the summer, his training, so on and so forth. But another word that I would use to describe it, and it's kind of a contrast to what you're saying. It's not a contrast, but it is a contrast. It's a turnaround. Like, at the beginning of the season, as much as he did his training and everything, let's be honest, amongst us three, like, it really didn't look good at the beginning of the year. Like, it really looked bad. Like, please, I know we are very much in control of our emotions. We're very much capable of saying he's an 18, 19-year-old kid. There's a lot of growth to be had. My God. Don't tell me when we saw Logan Cooley scoring those crazy goals in the preseason. Don't tell me when we saw how some of the other players and how he was fumbling, not skating, still getting hit. Like, I think every single one of us had a worry. And when you say expected, like I understand expected now. Like he ended up reaching those expectations. But my God, turnaround is another word to describe it, because holy crap, it was scary at the beginning of the season.
Well, you know what he needed? He needed more than 82 games. And he didn't play 82 games last season. If he played 82 games, if he didn't get hurt, if he didn't get a season-ending injury, I think he would have started the season a lot better than what he did. I'm convinced that he needed more games. He needed more games under his belt.
Because you got to remember, Chris and Sam, Logan Cooley was already playing in North America. Slafkovsky wasn't.
Yeah.
So he had to adapt. And I think his adapting took longer than we would have liked it, say. But that's also probably due to the fact that he was injured.
Yeah, exactly. When you're injured and you only played, how many games did he play? He played 39.
Yeah.
He didn't even play half a season. He played 39 games.
The first month of the season, Chris is right. It's not as if he was sluggish, but he was still...
he was fucking rusty.
A millisecond behind the play, I'd say.
I think
but he then was the second his confidence got up there and Marty gave him confidence
on the top line.
Started with Marty, by the way.
Yeah.
Even the way Marty was speaking about him, saying, he's progressing in all facets of his game and all that kind of stuff, and that it's going to, soon enough, ça va débloquer, is what he was saying, remember?
Yeah.
And once he started, it just kept on pouring, and every game he's been our best player consistently, I would say, for the last 2 months.
On a
on the players on the ice, dude. He's been. 100%.
I think so too.
Defensively too, I find.
I think Nick Suzuki has entered the chat, but Slafkovsky is right there with him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think in terms of the forward group, them on the offensive side. On the defensive side, I got to give it to Jake Evans and Yoel Armia. Like, I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I would say Armia had the biggest change from the beginning of the season. Dude, he was sent to Laval.
The biggest change, probably
when he came back. Dude,
I think that could be a fair statement. Yes, in terms of players that had some kind of revelation. Yep, Yoel Armia is definitely one of them. I think Yoel Armia more than Jake Evans, but Jake Evans has to be in the conversation because once the Dvorak was out, and then once Monahan got traded,
I even
I
forgot
think
about Dvorak.
I think his role as a centerman grew significantly, and the responsibilities he had now at both ends of the ice were even more than what he was probably used to. That him on the penalty kill, him and Armia right now are fantastic. They've turned it around. And they deserve a shit ton of credit. Like, dude, look what they did with dude, against Colorado. Against Colorado, that you're able to shut down Colorado's offense, and that Jonathan Drouin suddenly exploding. You know what I mean? Like, it's against Colorado, dude. They're like one of the best teams in the league. You know, they shut them down. They played well against. Dude, they didn't play bad against Edmonton. They didn't play bad against Vancouver. Against those teams, I thought they were going to get a spanking, and they kept up with them. The only off game was the one against Calgary. Okay, like, but that's it. The others, they didn't look out of place, and that's so encouraging to see. It's so encouraging to see, especially like at this time of the year, because I think this is a stepping stone of how they're going to approach next season. And next season, it's just if they could keep playing the way they're playing, it's good for their confidence when they start next season. That's my opinion.